You know what I like about
We're
this stuff?
rolling.
Are we? Oh.
We are on YouTube and podcasts and all that other good stuff.
And now Instagram. Say what? Okay, now it's going to go ahead and flutter through all the system out there. Good morning, everybody. It's me, San Martin, and Eric Knight of the Prescott Times, and I am sitting here just wondering what's really going on, Eric. But before we get into all this information that I have and you have, what day is it?
Today is Celebrate Your Unique Talent Day. So, what is your unique talent?
I got the gift of gab.
Get the gift of gab. That's a that's a thing. That's a talent.
It is, man. Ideally, you think about some of the stuff that you actually are capable and able to do. And one of the things that I tend to do is walk into a room and kind of like this, I just become that prominent fixture where they're like, that might be the boss, or hey, that might be the leader. And it's never failed that I walk into a place of business, I will stand there and they'll walk up to me and they'll be like, hey, you look like the manager. Can you help me doing blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, I respect that. I love that. I could possibly help you, but I don't work here. And it's happened
I
many
could
times.
see you stepping right up and be like, yes, okay, so over here is where this is, and over
I've done
here
it
is
a
where
few
this
times.
is, and you get a sale, and then somebody who really works there walks up and they're like, what are you doing? They're like, oh, here, I just sold this. And then the customer's like, you don't work here? I could see that going down.
It's happened many times before, Eric. When I actually first started my first ever sales job, well, it would be technically my second one, but this was really the first one. It was selling cars for Tim's, which is now Finley. In the first 2 months, I became top 5 sales member person, and everybody wanted to know how I was doing and how it was going down. But you know what? It was just more or less just being a people person, first of all, and acknowledging, really honestly your place in life. And all of a sudden, people would really, really take into that. But they also wanted to put me in as a manager for the internet department because I was at that point in time getting really, really into the social media. And so it was fun. It's fun. But at the same time, yeah, that's my gift, I guess. What's your gift, Eric? What do you think that you've been gifted with?
Uh, you know, maybe a little bit of crazy, just the whole entrepreneurship thing and not giving up. I mean, that really, not knowing when to quit. How about that?
Let's ask Haley. She's so devoted for us, and I really appreciate it. We got to give her a lot of treats. We're gonna have to do something for her. But I'm telling you, Haley needs to go ahead and say, Haley, what is Eric's
She's already
gift?
commenting, so we're moving on that one.
Okay, man. Well, it's a good day to go ahead and try to, find out what your gifts are. And if you do have gifts, don't let it die. Do something about it. Go out there and make some things happen. And that's actually one of the reasons why I'm motivated, Eric, is because of one motivational speech that I listened to, and it told me well, it didn't tell me. It asked a question. It's saying, where is the most richest land in the world? And everybody obviously in the session was thinking, all the Dubai or Hawaii or California, the most expensive places. And by the time everybody was shouting out all these words, and he says, no, the graveyard. And at that point, everybody was like, what? And then they're like, oh yeah, that's right. It costs like $10,000 to die. And so they were like, okay, I can see that. And that's only a 6x6 little freaking hole. I could see that. But technically, it was because all their dreams died with them that they weren't able to go out there. So if you guys got a gift, go out there and make something happen. But with that being said, Eric, I think we don't have a gift of having any water being poured on us here in Prescott, Arizona, or even in Arizona, that fact. So the weather right now is kind of like, it's a little crisp though, but it's
I heard
warm.
there's a chance. There's a chance. At least I was looking at the weather in Williams, but I heard there's a chance of a little bit of snow/rain on Thanksgiving Day.
We could do something, man. I might just go outside and just pretend that I'm sprinkling the water. Well, maybe I shouldn't do that because then our water
Turn
will
on the
go.
sprinklers, right?
You don't want to do that. You want to save that water, man. I actually have a conscientious effort to make sure I turn the water off while I'm brushing my teeth. So if I'm brushing
Look,
my teeth,
you're at the ocean. You have plenty of water.
oh yeah. Check that out. Boom. I actually did it with the for the what do you call it? The flag.
I
The
love it.
flag. I don't know. I wonder if I actually put that picture together. I don't know, man. We got to figure that out. Everybody's gonna be like, "That's not your picture, fool." But anyway, there, the weather is definitely one of those moments where you're trying to figure it out. But it's been actually really nice weather. I was setting up the lights over there at the Desert Rose on the trees, and now I got to finish it up by plugging it all in. But you got any tricks out there that is for putting up some lights for the holiday season? What is your tricks? Do you put up hot lights for this holiday season?
So we do, but we are that wacky yard. I think we have something like 52 blow up penguins that we put up.
52.
Yes.
Why so many, Eric?
Because every year we add, I'm like, okay, we're only going to add one this year. And we add like three. And we've been doing that for like 15 years.
Okay, okay. So you keep on adding to the
Like
list of
I could have a blow up penguin repair business because of how much repair bit work goes into those penguins.
That's funny. And it's like that little soft cloth, huh?
Yeah, well, it's funny because I know Thanksgiving's coming up and I'm just like, ugh, man, I got to pull down the penguin bins. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about turkey. I'm not thinking about pumpkin pie. I'm thinking about, man, those penguin bins are really heavy.
Oh man, it's kind of funny because yesterday I was thinking as I was putting the stuff up how hard it would be to take it down. So I was conscientiously thinking how to go ahead and actually make sure that it was an easy task for me to do. And I swear that there's not going to be no easy task. You just got to get into it and just make it happen. I
You just
was
gotta leave it
thinking
up
that
longer. That's the key.
make it
Enjoy it
look
longer.
like it's supposed to be a part of the deal. Not that it's a part of the holiday, it's a part of the structure itself. So the trees might be lit up for the rest of 2021 just because people are liking that stuff. And not to mention, we needed some, corner property where it was showing, I don't know,
San Martin, I'm going to tell you this little secret. We may have been that family that did not take down the Christmas tree this year.
All right, all right. So are you confessing a thing right now, Eric?
You know what? It's 2020. That's all I'll say.
Okay, all right. All right. You know what? I would definitely like to go ahead and just walk in there and just say, you know what? It's Christmas every day. They could have been the reason why you guys are so happy with life right
What we learned though is you don't. All you got to do is dust it.
now. Oh shoot! And wait, uh, oh man, I wanted Ceci to hear this. I really do. Oh, that's so amazing. But you know what? You know what? It is what it is, Eric. I think that is actually the best thing that could possibly happen for 2020 is that you guys just let it ride,
We
man.
had an
Let it
Easter tree. We had a July 4th tree. Like it was a special year.
ride. She has me decorated for each holiday.
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. You guys are amazing. I think that actually should have, could have, and should have been a part of what Prescott was like, or everybody in the world should have been a part of. You guys should have started a trend, hashtag don't give up.
Right.
Don't give up your,
Christmas is coming.
don't give up the feeling. It works, man. It really does work. But Eric, it's all about what in the world is happening. So, as speculation is everybody's right now. Yesterday, Yavapai County Health Department decided to go ahead and put out their numbers and oh, the number scenario. And I actually did my 2 cents, and I actually put out facts, and everybody's like, "How dare you put out those facts?" And I feel so conflicted. And they're like, you need to listen to the experts and the scientists. And I'm like, dude, I actually thought I was. And you know what? People might think that I'm a condescending person that's actually putting out some factual messages. But to be in all honesty, it's the truth. The flu season has definitely not been around. And also, when you message Yavapai County Health Department and their reply is that there's only one account of a flu. I feel like that's a miracle. I feel
Well,
like that's
so okay. So I've been reading all the comments and I read your post. And the takeaway that I got from it all is so in the spring, because we experienced this firsthand, is they give you in the springtime before they had a COVID test, they give you a flu test and a strep test. And if both of them, came back negative, they're like, all right, you must have something else. Maybe it was COVID. There was like really no definitive test. But from all the comments and the replies to you, it looks like they're just giving COVID tests right now. And if it comes back negative, they're just saying, oh, you must have the flu or you just got a cold, go home. So they're not giving flu tests anymore from what everybody's saying.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things where you're just like, man, that's awesome. But once again, you got the message from the Yavapai County Health Department and showing, that the truth is that there is no cases of the flu. So I feel really, really happy about that. To say that the masks are working. If not, then there's something going on. I mean, technically, obviously we are all noticing. People are blaming it on for the rallies that are going on. People are blaming it on for the protests that are going on. People are blaming it on activities that are happening, and it could be the activities that are happening downtown.
San Martin,
Um,
the state, the cities, the counties are just basically asking us to repeat, be safe this week because there's a lot of holiday travel. And, hey, this is America, right? But use your best instincts of what you should be doing and you'll be fine.
oh, it's a lot. It's a
It
lot,
is a
Eric.
lot. Again, 2020, put up your Christmas tree now.
You know what, Eric? Like I said, I was out yesterday putting up some holiday lights. We're going full board. I already went to my first Thanksgiving dinner with my family, and I was not about to go ahead and waste that moment with them. So we decided to go with my side of the family, and then next week we'll be with Ceci's side of the family for the
We
holiday.
had pie last night. I mean, we didn't wait. I mean, the pies are starting to circulate, San Martin. Have you gotten into
Yes,
the pie yet?
yeah. Well, you know what? I didn't eat no pumpkin pie when I was over at my sister's. I actually kind of regret that.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
like a
again,
part that's a holiday fail.
yeah, that's a necessity. But I was also thinking that I didn't want to ruin my pie eating when the next avenue's coming.
The next round. Got it. Okay. All right. Good. All right. So on that, we've got a short week. I mean, we're literally 2 days into this is the second day into a 3 day week uh events because we want to make sure everybody knows what's going on this week and this weekend. And so you and I were just talking about entertainment and stuff like that, but what's going on? There's a ton of turkey drives. A lot of people are trying to help out.
Yes, there's a lot of the food boxes distribution is going crazy. Still, you gotta. I posted it the other day. There's a list where the Real Hope Inc. will be. Today they're going to be at the American Legion in Prescott, giving out food boxes, and I think they have a lot of food boxes to distribute. So if you're in need, if you're a veteran, go down there, check it out. They're giving back to the community, giving back to the people. The turkey drives, that's a whole other story. I don't know exactly. They collect the turkeys and then you have to get to the distributing location. And I don't know exactly who's distributing the turkeys. I know that they collected them. I just don't know who's distributing them. So I will find that information and I will post it as soon as possible. I also know that Real Hope Inc. and the local church is also putting together food boxes for Thanksgiving dinner. So I think that also includes the turkey and all the fixings for it. And that right there, you have to sign up for because it's obviously not too much to be able to distribute to tons and tons of family. But once again, the community is coming together. People are working together to help out their local neighbors. So nobody should, not be able to eat this year. And if you do, let us know. We'll know about it, and we'll send you guys right to the location, or we'll take care of it ourselves. I ain't afraid. Ideally, every year I say to on my Facebook, is there anybody out there that doesn't have a place to go and don't want to feel lonely? Call me up, message me. Nobody's really honestly taken me up. Let me take that back. I don't have too many people take me up on it. It's just more or less like one or two, which is still fine with me. But at the same time, we never want to see anybody alone, but let alone hungry. So let's not let that happen at all, at all.
Yep, you're dead on. So entertainment this week. We've talked about it a number of times. Is there anything else going on besides the light parade and the bonfire? I mean, I think that's Saturday, but is there anything else going on?
Eric, I was looking into that. There seems like there's a lot of what do you call it? People that are just trying to think about what they're doing because of the numbers rising. Like I said, everybody's a little scared, Eric. Unfortunately, that's just exactly what
Well,
happened.
and San Martin, the CDC says stay outside. I mean, these are all outside events, so they're going to go as planned, as far as I know.
Yeah. And they are. And once again, people are talking about it, and it's really honestly very affecting. It's affecting everybody. It's affecting everybody's thought process. And once again, when they put out that message yesterday out by County Health Department, and everybody's like mandate mask, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I mean, what's really going on with our lives, and what's going on with our people. So I mean, we have to really be understanding of what's happening. I mean, Eric, are you going to go to the light parade? Are you going to go check the bonfire and all that out?
I think so. I don't know if I'm going to hang out at the bonfire, just because last couple of years it was cold, and I don't want to be in the fire. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't see why you just stay away from people. I don't see a reason why we wouldn't do the light parade. The local businesses and clubs and organizations put so much into that. I mean, we got to go out and support them.
Yes. Okay, so I just got the information right here. It's today. They're going to be at Living Faith at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's going to be at let's see. Let me get you the address real quick. Uh, oh, I guess it's going to be at Living Faith Christian Church out in Prescott Valley at 7225 North Coyote Springs Road. And they're going to be out there today, so giving out the Thanksgiving food boxes. And there is a registration, but it's free, guys. And I really don't understand the registration part, because we haven't actually had anybody write down what they're in need of. It could be something that they're going to possibly do for the future, or just keep in contact to make sure these people are okay. I don't know what the registration is for, but
Maybe it's a
anyway.
mailing list so that when the events pop up and the food becomes available, they'll send out a blast. But I
Yeah,
don't think they're
actually,
requiring it.
that could be an actual factual thing, and hopefully that's what it's used for. I have no clue, but anyways, today at 10 a.m., starting at 10 a.m., so that within an hour, that's going to be what's happening. And I just posted it right on our page on Facebook, so if you guys are wanting to know more about that, please go check it out, or just tell a friend. Share it. Actually, just go and share it. That's some of the big things that are happening in Prescott. So, anyways, Eric, there was a few things on the news reports last night. Obviously, Governor Ducey's meeting with Senator-elect Mark Kelly to talk about the things that they are wanting to focus on for while Ducey is still in office, and Mark Kelly's taking over office. So it says that they want to move forward, and no matter what place they sit, this is something that we all have to do, is just get there and focus on COVID, focus on the things that are happening right now. And I couldn't agree more. Hopefully everybody can work with each other and see an ultimate goal, like let's get our economy back up, let's get our people back to work, let's do all that stuff, and let's do it in a safe manner. But once again, who knows what's really going on that level.
Yep.
But the other thing was that there was a high dollar burglary theft ring that happened out in Dewey. And so three men ended up getting arrested, and all because they decided to go ahead and steal and thought that they were out of the limelight out in Dewey. So if anybody been out of Dewey, it's pretty like nobody really like cares. You just drive right by it. But obviously some big crime was going on out there, Eric. That's no bueno.
It's
No bueno.
grown a lot, San Martin. My dad came up a couple days ago to visit, and he used to stay in Dewey. He used to spend the summers in Dewey for like 10 years upon years, and this was like 15 years ago, and he couldn't believe just how it's grown out there. The amount of houses are out there, and everything else. It blew his mind just how many people are out there.
Yeah, it's intense, man. What is the okay, so yesterday we talked about the whole like Thanksgiving deal, as far as people trying to be safe on the roadway. We got a news release from Chino Valley Police Department, and they said that they will have additional officers working Thanksgiving weekend in effort to increase roadway safety, enforce traffic laws, and apprehend impaired drivers. We will be utilizing grant funding from the Arizona Governor's Office of Highway Safety to fund the overtime detail, which will run from Wednesday, November 25th through Saturday, November 28th. So just beware
They're
that
out there.
they are out there, and they're out there for a good reason. So don't think
Yeah,
that these
I
cops have
mean,
nothing else better to
San
do.
Martin. I mean, I know you have a lot of police friends, And the stories they tell you about what goes down over Thanksgiving when families get together and people start drinking, that's like they'll tell you it's the worst holiday. They hate working. So just kind of be kind and realize their job is tough, and try to make it a little easier by not causing problems.
A little easy, guys. A little easy. So, Eric, when we talk about, some of the things that we have going on in Prescott, Arizona, and you are kind of like on the inside of the business deals that are happening here locally. And what do you see or project in the near future, especially with the new President Biden coming into office, knowing that he is and wanting to shut down for 6 weeks? What are you expecting during that time? Do you think we're going to get stimulus money, grant money to keep businesses alive? Do you think restaurants are going to die? What is your take on this?
So San Martin, I think restaurants are okay, and they've been doing okay. They get to always shift to takeout, but I have been following the stimulus stuff. I mean, really regularly, and man, it's a mess. They don't have a clue. They can't agree on anything. They're talking anywhere from a $500 billion stimulus to just unemployment boost, all the way up to like a $3 trillion package that would be just like the one we saw in the spring. And nobody can agree on anything. I can't imagine that we're going to have a stimulus plan before January. So when you look at regular businesses that are not restaurants, I don't think we're going to have a total lockdown either. It's not good for anybody, right? I mean, we saw that in the spring, but I can't imagine that we're going to see any stimulus in the regular businesses that are not restaurants, man. I don't think that it's going to be tough. I mean, there's nobody wanting to start businesses right now because of it. We had the biggest year ever starting, side hustles and businesses, but nobody's thinking right now that the next 90 days are going to be big for business. I mean, all shopping, they're talking that online retailers are just going to kill it this year, and that hurts local retailers. So you got to go shop local. It's not going to be a pretty 90 days from a business standpoint, San Martin.
Yeah.
I want to be
And
optimistic, but it's just the news is not good on that front.
Yeah, you definitely need to go ahead and prepare for the worst and expect the best. I mean, everybody have said it, and as entrepreneurs or even business owners, you're definitely gonna have to step up and take care of those things. Bill Brinkley, he's a senior reverse mortgage specialist, and he writes for the Prescott Chamber of Commerce and
Mhm.
sends out a newsletter talking about this day in business. Um, and here is one of the things most are current. 1 in 13 home mortgages nationwide, 7.65%, were at least one monthly payment delinquent as of 9/30/20. Just 1 in 25 home mortgages nationwide, 3.97%, were at least one monthly payment delinquent as of 2019, or a year earlier. So obviously it's increased 100%, and people not being able to pay their
And
bills.
San Martin, we don't know, on that, we don't know if that includes the forbearance numbers, which are people that have been given permission not to make their payments by their banks. We also don't know how many people aren't paying their rents because of the rent moratorium. It expired in Arizona, but there's a federal CDC mandate for through the end of the year. So people still can't get evicted for not paying their rent. Um, so the issue becomes, how bad is it going to be when all this expires? I mean, those are the things that everybody's thinking about right now. And one other note is mortgage applications have dropped to an all-time low this year. So people right now are like, whoa, cases are up. Do I really want to go into other people's houses? People don't want to put their houses on the market. So even though we have a really strong real estate economy here, things have dropped a little bit. I mean, I'm seeing houses sit on the market a little bit longer than they have in the past.
Man, it's insane to go ahead and see this. I mean, we were talking about this in the beginning, Eric, on how it's going to actually start affecting, and the ripple effect is what we are actually in. And I don't even think that we got into the first couple ripples yet with the big old huge,
Stimulus,
economy
yeah.
tanked. And for any president or any leader getting into office or putting themselves into this line of fire, you know, they got an uphill battle. I don't even know
San
how
Martin,
Biden.
the stimulus worked. That's why, we're not seeing a ton of people in the street on bread lines. I mean, the stimulus worked, but it's running out. I mean, those food trucks that we talk about almost daily, those end at the end of the year. It's over. unless they do something.
And who's to know what that stimulus package that they're actually trying to have been having trying to pass since what 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I don't know,
Yeah,
but
it's been since August they've been talking about it. And like
since
the food truck
hopefully that
thing,
helps.
well, like the food giveaway stuff that we talk about almost daily, that stimulus was passed in March, right? And how long before those trucks hit the local community? 3 months, 4 months before we started talking about them. So even if they do something, there's a delay there. So I would say buckle up, and there's a trickle effect, right? If people aren't paying their rents, landlords aren't paying their mortgages, and they're not going out to eat, and they're not doing these kind of things that stimulate the local economy. So it all affects everybody. And so it's winter, San Martin. It's going to be a cold winter, even if it's warm.
And with that, Eric, we want to go ahead and be a little bit optimistic. And you know what?
Absolutely.
I
Because look at
feel
the weather outside. That's how we're optimistic.
I feel like what, there's a lot of cool and positive things that are happening, and you got to look within yourself and in the people that are around you. So surround yourself with some good people, and make sure that you enjoy the things that you do on a regular basis. And try not to let the stress get to you guys. And it's going to be a good holiday. End of year. If this is the time where you go ahead and feel like you get together with family. I hope that's
San Martin and community. I mean, that's what we've got, right? That's what we've got going for us. Is the local community is awesome.
yes.
We
And I
will
just want
weather the storms way better than most other places because of that community. So let's just not forget that.
yes, most definitely. And with that
So
being said, Eric,
the spotlight.
hi.
Don't forget.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Business Spotlight is going to be going to our buddies at the Attic Carino Creative Space, downtown Prescott, Arizona, where not only do they tattoo you up really, really amazingly, they're actually world renowned, world known artists, Jamie and Pete, over there at the Attic. But they also bought a bar, so at night it turns into a bar atmosphere where they have karaoke, they have music, and once again, you still got to follow by CDC rules. So if you get there and are turned away, it's because they're at capacity. But it doesn't stop you from going downstairs at the tavern, and yeah, I think that's the tavern and the haunted
Yeah,
kitchen.
it's a popular place, San Martin. So even if you can't get in, wait 20 minutes. Maybe you can get in.
Exactly. So, anyways, with that being said, I think that we are all over just for today. Then we'll be back tomorrow. And if you guys want to find out any more information, please go to theprescotttimes.com and go and find out all the things that are getting released. We released probably like 3 stories last night, and we're going to be releasing probably 4 more stories, main stories, like really, really in your face stories today. And if you just want to catch up on some normal reads, such as, the garden, how to go ahead and keep your stuff alive throughout the winter or start a winter garden. This is how we do it. We like to go ahead and post some stuff like that too. So, with that being said, Eric, I will see you later. And remember, peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war. And